Welcome to 50 Years of Movies, where we'll journey through 5 decades of cinema that have shaped our culture, pushed technological boundaries, and captured our hearts. From the gritty realism of the 1970s to the digital revolution of the 2020s, we'll explore the most successful films of each era and the innovations that changed how movies are made and experienced. Cinema is more than entertainment. It's a mirror reflecting our society, fears, hopes, and dreams. Let's explore how filmmaking evolved over half a century and the landmark films that defined each decade. The 1970s marked a revolutionary period in American cinema, often called New Hollywood. Following the collapse of the studio system, a new generation of filmmakers emerged with fresh perspectives. The Godfather, released in 1972, revolutionized the crime genre and became the highest-grossing film of its time. Its success lay in its complex characters, rich storytelling, and Marlon Brando's iconic performance. Star Wars, arriving in 1977, created not just a film, but a cultural phenomenon. Its groundbreaking special effects, from industrial light and magic, transformed science fiction cinema and established the modern blockbuster model. Jaws, from 1975, invented the summer blockbuster concept with its wide release pattern and memorable marketing campaign. Technical innovations of this decade included Steadicam technology first used in Rocky, which allowed for smooth, mobile camera movements. Dolby stereo sound systems enhanced cinematic experiences. Practical special effects reached new heights. Industry trends showed director-driven filmmaking, replacing studio control. Gritty realism and moral ambiguity reflected post-Vietnam and Watergate America. We witnessed the rise of the auteur filmmaker, who controlled multiple aspects of production. The 1980s embraced commercialism with high-concept films designed for mass appeal and merchandising opportunities. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, released in 1982, became the highest-grossing film of the decade, appealing to audiences of all ages with its universal themes of friendship and acceptance.
You can't tell.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, from 1981, revitalized the adventure genre and showcased spectacular practical stunts and effects. Back to the Future, in 1985, blended cutting-edge effects with perfect storytelling pacing, creating an enduring classic. Technical innovations included early CGI experiments in films like Tron, improved blue screen technology, and Dolby surround sound systems becoming standard. Industry trends showed studio control reasserted with focus on marketable concepts. Franchising and sequel building became business models. The home video market expanded, creating new revenue streams. We saw the rise of action heroes and teen comedies. The 1990s represented a fascinating dichotomy between indie filmmaking and increasingly sophisticated blockbusters. Jurassic Park from 1993 showcased groundbreaking CGI that convinced audiences these extinct creatures had returned to life, forever changing special effects. Titanic in 1997 became the highest-grossing film ever at that time, combining spectacular visuals with an emotionally resonant love story. Pulp Fiction, released in 1994, revolutionized independent cinema and influenced dialogue, structure, and soundtrack use for decades. Technical innovations showed CGI integration, with practical effects becoming seamless. Digital sound systems like DTS and SDDS competed with Dolby. Digital editing systems replaced physical film cutting. Industry trends revealed independent cinema booming following Sundance successes. The DVD format improved home viewing experience. High-concept disaster films thrived. International markets became increasingly important. The new millennium brought digital filmmaking tools to the mainstream, while studios increasingly relied on established properties. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, from 2001 to 2003, proved that faithful literary adaptations could achieve both critical acclaim and commercial success, while pioneering digital crowd scenes and motion capture. The Dark Knight in 2008 elevated superhero films to art with this morally complex Batman story that grossed over $1 billion and changed how comic book adaptations were approached. Avatar, released in 2009, revolutionized 3D cinema and motion capture technology, becoming the highest-grossing film of all time. Technical innovations included digital cameras replacing film in many productions. Motion capture technology advanced dramatically. CGI became standard for blockbuster production. The IMAX format gained popularity. Industry trends showed the rise of superhero franchises. There was increased focus on international box office. Piracy concerns emerged as digital distribution developed. 3D experienced a resurgence as a premium viewing experience. The 2010s saw theatrical experiences competing with rising streaming platforms, while franchises expanded into interconnected universes. Avengers Endgame in 2019 culminated Marvel's unprecedented 22-film narrative and became the highest-grossing film of all time, briefly proving the success of the shared universe model. Parasite, also from 2019, made history as the first non-English language film to win Best Picture, signaling increased globalization of cinema. Frozen, released in 2013, revitalized Disney's animation studio and became a cultural juggernaut with its empowering themes and memorable songs. Technical innovations included virtual production techniques, integrating CGI during filming. 4K resolution became standard. Advanced digital de-aging effects evolved. Immersive sound formats like Dolby Atmos enhanced the experience. Industry trends showed streaming platforms beginning to produce original films. International markets, especially China, became crucial. Diversity and representation became major focus points. Shared cinematic universes dominated studio planning. The COVID-19 pandemic forced the industry to adapt quickly as theaters closed and production halted. Spider-Man: No Way Home in 2021 became the first pandemic-era film to break $1 billion, proving audience demand for theatrical experiences remained. Dune, also from 2021, balanced spectacular visuals with thoughtful storytelling, showing that ambitious, auteur-driven blockbusters could still succeed. Everything, everywhere, all at once. From 2022, won Best Picture and demonstrated how smaller productions could achieve both critical acclaim and commercial success. Technical innovations featured virtual production using LED volumes as seen in The Mandalorian. Remote workflows for editing and post-production became necessary. AI tools for visual effects expanded capabilities. Industry trends revealed simultaneous theatrical and streaming releases. Theatrical windows shortened dramatically. International, non-English content rose globally. Vertical integration of studios and streaming platforms accelerated. Over these 5 decades, cinema has transformed from the gritty, director-driven films of the 1970s to today's technology-powered spectacles and global stories. What remains constant is the power of movies to transport us, challenge us, and bring us together through shared experiences. The industry continues to evolve with new technologies like AI, virtual production, and immersive formats. Yet the fundamental elements that make movies successful remain the same: compelling stories, memorable characters, and emotional resonance. As we look to the future, cinema will undoubtedly continue to reinvent itself while building on this rich 50-year legacy. Thank you for joining us on this journey through 50 years of movies.